Before the tournament, I looked at Group G and said, Belgium first, Egypt second, Iran third, New Zealand fourth. And to be fair, that still might happen. But after match day 1, this group suddenly looks a lot messier than we expected. Belgium didn't beat Egypt. Egypt didn't just survive Belgium. Iran didn't beat New Zealand. And New Zealand, who were supposed to be the nice little underdog story, suddenly looked like they actually came here to play football, which is, slightly inconvenient for everyone else. So today I'm doing 3 things. First, I'll look back at my original prediction. Then, I'll admit where I was right, where I was wrong, and where I was maybe being a little bit too polite. And finally, I'll predict the rest of Group G again. This time based on what these teams actually showed on the pitch. Lovely. Let's fix the damage. Right, let's start with Belgium versus Egypt. My original prediction was Belgium 1, Egypt 1. The actual result, Belgium 1, Egypt 1. So yes, I got that one right. Lovely, I'll take it. But the way the match happened matters. Because Belgium was supposed to be the strongest team in this group. And they probably still are. They've got De Bruyne, they've got Doku, they've got Trossard, they've got Courtois, they've got Onana, they've got Lukaku. There's enough talent there to control this group. But against Egypt, they didn't look like a team casually walking through the front door. They looked more like a team trying to find the key, while Egypt were already inside the house making tea. Egypt scored first through Imam Ashur. Salah was involved, the counter-attacking threat was real, and Belgium had to bring on Lukaku to change the game. Now, to be fair, Lukaku did change it almost immediately. He comes on, puts pressure on the Egypt defense, and suddenly the ball ends up in the net through an own goal. That is the Lukaku effect. Not always elegant, not always subtle, but effective. Sometimes you don't need poetry. Sometimes you just need a large Belgian man standing in the box, making defenders panic. And that is pretty much what happened. But here's the problem for Belgium. If your best attacking solution is still, bring Lukaku on and hope chaos happens, then yes, that's useful. But it's not exactly a complete attacking system, is it? Belgium had possession. They had technical quality, they had the names, but Egypt made them uncomfortable. Egypt defended compactly, they protected the middle well, they were dangerous when they broke forward, and they didn't play like a team who came to admire Belgium's old golden generation scrapbook. They came to compete. Now Belgium are not in crisis. Let's not go mad. A draw against Egypt is not a disaster, but it is a warning, because Belgium's biggest issue isn't talent, it's sharpness. Can they turn control into clean chances? Can they manage Lukaku's minutes without losing their best penalty box threat? Can De Bruyne still decide games without the whole team looking like it's just waiting for him to invent something? That's the question. Belgium are still favorites. But after match day 1, they do not look safe enough to sleepwalk through this group. Now let's talk about the match where I got it wrong. Iran versus New Zealand. My original prediction was Iran 2, New Zealand 0. The actual result, Iran 2, New Zealand 2. So yes, that prediction aged about as well as milk in a parked car. I thought Iran would be too experienced, too disciplined, too organized. I thought they would control the match, find the breakthrough, and then kill the game. Instead, Iran had to come from behind twice, against New Zealand. And this is where we have to be honest. Iran did show character. They didn't collapse, they came back, they fought, they found answers. That matters. But if you're trying to qualify directly from this group, drawing with New Zealand is not part of the plan. That was supposed to be the banked 3 points, the get the job done match. The right, we've dealt with the underdog, now we can focus on the big games match. Instead, Iran immediately put themselves under pressure. Not exactly ideal. New Zealand, on the other hand, deserve proper credit. They weren't just defending deep and hoping Chris Wood could head something in from a different postcode. They actually played with confidence. They attacked. They created problems. They scored twice. They made Iran uncomfortable, and honestly, they probably left the match thinking, we could have won that. And they wouldn't be wrong. That's the scary part for the rest of the group. New Zealand are still the weakest team on paper. But after match day 1, they are not the automatic 3 points people expected. They are physical, they are direct, they are organized enough, they have Chris Wood as a reference point. And if you defend badly, switch off. or treat them like a warm-up exercise, they can hurt you. Iran's issue is now very clear. They're experienced, yes. They're physical, yes. They know how to suffer, yes. But suffering is not a qualification plan. At some point, you need control. You need clean defending. You need attacking efficiency. And against New Zealand, they didn't show enough of that. So this is the big change in Group G. Before the tournament, Iran looked like a strong third-place team, who could maybe steal second. After Matchday 1, they're already chasing. And now they have Belgium next. Brilliant. After Matchday 1, every team in Group G has 1 point. Belgium, 1 point. Egypt, 1 point. Iran, 1 point. New Zealand, 1 point. So mathematically, the group is completely level. But football tables after one match can be a bit cheeky. They tell you the points, they don't tell you the mood. And the mood is very different for each team. Belgium are frustrated because they expected to lead the group. Egypt are encouraged because they took a point from the favorite. New Zealand are buzzing because they showed they belong. And Iran? Iran are annoyed because they missed the match they had to win. That's the difference. Belgium drawing with Egypt is not ideal, but acceptable. Egypt drawing with Belgium is useful. New Zealand drawing with Iran is massive. Iran drawing with New Zealand is a problem. Same scoreline. Completely different feeling. And this is where it gets interesting. Before the tournament, the key match looked like Egypt versus Iran. And it still is huge, but now Belgium versus Iran is massive too. Because if Iran lose that, their direct qualification path is hanging by a thread. The next match is Belgium versus Iran. And for Belgium, this is the one they really need to win. Not because they're in panic, but because if they draw again, Group G suddenly becomes a very annoying spreadsheet. Belgium need control. They need a rhythm. They need to put Iran under pressure early. Because Iran will try to make this awkward. They'll defend compactly. They'll slow the tempo. They'll look for Taremi. They'll attack set pieces. And they'll try to turn the match into one of those horrible tournament games where the favorite has 65% possession and everyone watching slowly loses the will to live. Belgium cannot allow that. They need Doku attacking 1v1. They need De Bruyne receiving in dangerous pockets. They need runners around the box. And they need Lukaku, whether from the start or from the bench, to give them real presence. Because against Egypt, Belgium looked much more threatening once Lukaku came on. The problem is his minutes. Belgium clearly don't want to burn him out. Fair enough. But this is the World Cup. At some point, you may have to choose between protecting Lukaku's legs and protecting your group position. Iran's problem is preparation and energy. They already had a difficult opening match. They already had to chase twice. And with all the travel and disruption around their camp, this Belgium game comes at a horrible time. Tactically, they can make it close. Emotionally, they'll be motivated. But physically and structurally, this is a very difficult match for them. I think Iran score. Belgium's defense is not completely convincing. And Taremi is too clever to ignore. But I think Belgium have enough quality to find a winner. My prediction, Belgium win. Most likely scores, Belgium 2, Iran 1. Or Belgium 1, Iran 1. I'm choosing Belgium 2-1. But if Belgium wastes chances again, this could become very uncomfortable. And if Iran get the first goal, then enjoy the panic. Now the other Matchday 2 game, New Zealand versus Egypt. And this is much more dangerous than it looked before the tournament. Before Matchday 1, I would have said Egypt should win this fairly clearly. Now, I still pick Egypt, but I don't trust this to be simple. New Zealand showed against Iran that they can actually hurt teams. They are not just here to defend deep launch balls at Chris Wood and hope for a miracle from the clouds. They can play, they can counter, they can get numbers forward, they can use Wood as a connector as well as a finisher, and now they have belief. That matters. But Egypt are a different problem. Egypt have Salah. Egypt have Marmoush. Egypt have pace in transition. Egypt can defend in a compact block and then explode forward. And that is exactly the kind of attack New Zealand have to be careful with. Because if New Zealand get excited and push too many players forward, Egypt can punish the space. That's the danger. Against Iran, New Zealand could play with freedom. Against Egypt, they need balance. They cannot leave Salah isolated 1v1. Because if Salah gets that situation, that is not a defensive plan, that is a prayer. And prayers are not great against Mohamed Salah. For Egypt, the key is being ruthless. They got a good point against Belgium. Fine. But now they need to turn that into momentum. A draw here is not enough. If Egypt draw with New Zealand, they put themselves under pressure before Iran. And that would be silly. You do not do the hard beat against Belgium, then throw away the winnable match afterwards. That would be very Egypt at a World Cup. But still, let's try not to. I think New Zealand score. They have enough confidence and physical presence to create at least one big moment, but Egypt have more attacking quality. And if Salah and Marmoush get space, New Zealand will struggle. My prediction? Egypt win. Most likely scores: New Zealand 1, Egypt 2. Or New Zealand 1, Egypt 1. I'm choosing Egypt 2-1. New Zealand fight. New Zealand make it close, but Egypt's forwards should be the difference. So with these predictions, Belgium beat Iran, Egypt beat New Zealand. The table after match day 2 becomes Belgium 4 points, Egypt 4 points, Iran 1 point, New Zealand 1 point. And now the group has a very clear shape. Belgium and Egypt are in control. Iran and New Zealand are chasing. But there's a big difference between Iran and New Zealand. New Zealand would still have Belgium to play. Iran would still have Egypt. So Iran technically still have a pass. But it is not a nice pass. It's one of those paths with broken glass, bad lighting, and someone saying, "Yeah, just beat Egypt and hope everything else goes your way." Lovely. Final match day, Egypt versus Iran. And this is still the big one. Before the tournament, we said this was the match that decides second place. And it still might. But the context has changed. If Iran only have 1 point going into this game, they cannot be cautious. They need to win. A draw probably does nothing for them, so Iran have to attack more than they want to. And that is not really their natural comfort zone. Iran are at their best when they can suffer, stay compact, slow the match down, and choose their moments. But if they need 3 points, they have to open up. They have to push numbers forward. They have to take risks. And that is exactly what Egypt want. Egypt wants space. Egypt wants transitions. Egypt wants Salah running at defenders. Egypt wants Marmoush attacking channels. Egypt wants Iran to step forward and leave gaps behind. That is why the matchday 1 draw against New Zealand is so damaging for Iran. It changes their final match. Instead of going into Egypt needing a draw or managing the game carefully, they may go in needing a win. And that is a completely different tactical problem. Now Iran can still hurt Egypt. Taremi is clever. Iran have set pieces, they have physical power, they have enough experience to make Egypt nervous. And Egypt are not exactly immune to chaos. They can be emotional, they can sit too deep, they can waste chances, they can turn a manageable match into a national stress test. So yes, I do think Iran score, but I trust Egypt more in this version of the game, because the space should be there. And with Salah and Marmoush, that space is dangerous. My prediction? Egypt win, most likely scores, Egypt 2, Iran 1. Or Egypt 1, Iran 1. I'm choosing Egypt 2-1. Iran fight. Iran push, but Egypt punish the spaces and take second place. The other final match is New Zealand versus Belgium. And for Belgium, this should be about winning the group. If Belgium have 4 points going into this match, they need to win. Simple. No nonsense. No, we are managing the game. No, the pitch was sticky. No, we need rhythm. Just win. New Zealand will make it awkward. We know that now. They can defend. They can attack set pieces. They can use Chris Wood. They can make Belgium defend balls into the box. And if Belgium are casual, New Zealand can absolutely scare them. But Belgium should still have too much. They have more quality between the lines, they have more attacking variety, they have more depth. And if Lukaku is used properly, he gives them exactly the kind of box presence that can break a low block. The danger for Belgium is arrogance. If they think this is a comfortable final group match, they are wrong. New Zealand already proved they are not here to politely lose, but if Belgium plays seriously, they should win. My prediction, Belgium win. Most likely scores, New Zealand 0, Belgium 2, or New Zealand 1, Belgium 2. I'm choosing Belgium 2-0. Professional, controlled, no drama. Well, less drama. This is Belgium after all. So here is my updated Group G prediction. Before the tournament, I had Belgium first, Egypt second, Iran third, New Zealand fourth. After Matchday 1, I'm keeping the same order. But the story has changed. My updated final table is first, Belgium, 7 points. Second, Egypt, 7 points. Third, Iran, 1 point. Fourth, New Zealand, 1 point. Belgium still win the group, mostly because they should have enough quality to beat Iran and New Zealand. But I don't think they look completely convincing. They are talented, they are experienced, they have match winners, but they still feel like a team trying to balance the old generation with the new one without the whole thing wobbling slightly. Egypt second makes more sense now. Not because they were perfect against Belgium, they weren't, but because they showed they can live with the strongest team in the group. They have Salah, they have Marmoush, they have compactness, and they have the counter-attacking weapons to punish Iran and New Zealand. Iran dropping to third with only 1 point sounds harsh. But honestly, drawing with New Zealand changed everything. If you want second place, you cannot waste that match. You just can't. And now they have to take points from Belgium or beat Egypt. That is a much worse route. As for New Zealand, I'm still putting them fourth, but with much more respect. They are not a joke. They are not just happy to be here. They can hurt teams, they can compete. But in this group, I still think they lack the final bit of quality to turn good performances into wins. And that is the difference. Good story, good effort, good performance. Still not enough points. Football is rude like that. So in my first prediction, I was right about Belgium versus Egypt. I predicted 1-1. That happened? Lovely. But I was wrong about Iran versus New Zealand. I expected Iran to control it. They didn't. I underestimated New Zealand. And maybe I overtrusted Iran's structure. The big story of Group G is no longer just Egypt versus Iran decides second place. The big story is, did Iran already damage their tournament by failing to beat New Zealand? Because Egypt now look better positioned. Belgium still have the most quality. New Zealand have proved they are alive, and Iran are already playing catch-up. So my updated prediction is Belgium first, Egypt second, Iran third, New Zealand fourth. Now tell me in the comments, did Iran already blow their chance? Or can they still steal second place from Egypt?